Hi everyone, it's Deborah. I am at Victory Park in Albion. I woke up this morning and I said I have to get back on the North Country Trail because I have not done it since May, in a few months I think. So I woke up and I said, you know what, before I get started on all these other things I need to do at my house, I'm just gonna do it because it's an awesome morning. It's nice and cool. I don't have to worry about the heat or the humidity or anything like that. So I'm going by myself. It's my first time going by myself. It's my first time going in these new pair of shoes that I have. And so we will see how today's hike goes. I'm pretty excited. I got a lot of things to work out in my mind with my husband and I becoming empty nesters and moving our son out. So we'll see how this goes. I think it'll be pretty peaceful. Okay, this is where I ended my hike last time, right here where this little water thing is and this sign. And I had actually, after we stopped our hike last time, I went into Albion and had a coffee and bought something for my house. And so now I'm actually going to be walking through Albion this time, going to Marshall. Let's go.
Victory Park in Rieger Park covers 48 acres south of Albion, and this was the original site of the Forks, which is the confluence of the Kalamazoo River branches.
There's a super cool plaque. Now, when you get to this point, there isn't an NCT sign. So when you get up to here, just know that you need to go left, and then there is a sign up there a ways a bit. We will see it when we come up to it and know what to do. If you can see it way back there along that sign. This is the farmers market. So if you do this on a Wednesday evening in the summer, you'll get to stop at the farmers market. We crossed Eerie Street, and then we just keep going straight because I can see the North Country Trail sign way up there, the blue marker, so I know I'm heading in the right direction. I gotta tell you, I am a little nervous and have a little bit of anxiety walking this trail by myself, without the crutch of having somebody else with me and saying, oh, which way do we go? And having to rely on myself for which direction to head in. So I gotta be honest, I'm a little nervous about it. And here I'm in the center of town. Shouldn't even be nervous, but I am. So there you go. Okay, there's my favorite hotel brand. So maybe I'll calm down a little bit and not feel so nervous. I don't know. This is a good shot right here. We have the North Country Trail marker, and we have the Albion sign up on the water tower. And so this is a good spot to take a photo because you have both of these right here in the center of town before you walk through Albion. And this is a trail town on the North Country Trail. So it's pretty cool to be walking through here. The river is pretty high, but I'm sure that these ducks don't mind. They are loving it. Look how beautiful they are. And man, this river is high. It is unbelievable how much water the state of Michigan has had and how high this river is. Sorry for the shaky footage, but geez, this is high water.
And that spot across the river is where I had a muffin and a coffee the last time I hiked on the NCT.
You have to know that when you come up to Eaton Street that you have to take a right. So we're going to take a right here because there's a little arrow here. So if you miss it, just so you know, you got to take a right over here on Eaton. So we'll cross the river at Washington Street Park right here. And then we will continue to follow the trail over this way. So basically, you're going along the Albion River Trail and along the North Country Trail, and you can see the North Country Trail marker right there. If I'm gonna be honest, the reason I don't like to walk the trails by myself is when we enter a trail like this. Granted, I'm in Albion, and I'm not that far from town. Town is like right there behind me. But going forward, looking into these woods, I'm honestly not super excited about walking into there. So this is a big deal for me to get over some anxiety about walking trails by myself, because I'm not a super huge fan of it. And so, but we're gonna do this. I haven't heard of any issues along the North Country Trail. I just passed by 2 bikers. And so we're gonna muster up the confidence, squash that anxiety, and we're gonna keep going because it's gonna be okay. And look, right here, it's not really into the woods like I thought it was. It's a little industrial, a little open. I'm still by myself, but I know we got this. This is me talking to myself, saying we got this, we can do it. This part of the trail at this park in Albion, the river is on the left because we crossed the river, if you remember, at that park. And there is industrial, and the train tracks is on the right. And I did, Amtrak train passed by me on the way in here, and there were a ton, it was loaded. There were a ton of people in there, and you still have to wear masks on public transportation. This is the first weekend in July. This is July 3rd. So it was kind of weird because the last time I saw a train and last time I was on a train, nobody had masks on. And so it was weird to see that train go by with everyone having masks on. So, but anyways, we just keep walking, and we'll be walking along this for a while, and then we will pick this back up again. And here we are entering another park, exiting out of that park, and we are entering the McClure Riverfront Park, and we just keep following this Albion River Trail along this path.
The Albion River Trail is 1.6 miles through the city of Albion, and we get to cross the Kalamazoo River, which is pretty exciting.
Okay, honestly, anxiety kicking in. Here we go. See that path? I don't know where this goes. It's going into the woods. So I hope I'm not the only one that's a little trepidatious about going on trails by yourself and into the unknown, because yeah, it's a little creepy for me. It's not peaceful. I thought it would be so peaceful. It's not peaceful. This is why I like to go to big cities, and I like walk around big cities all the time. And I like to go to Disney World because there's tons of people, and I can walk 10 miles a day and I'll never be alone. I'm in crowded areas, and so I don't freak out like this. So anyways, I'm gonna keep going. I got this. Look, a deer friend. We have lots of deer back home. He's just checking me out as I'm walking along the trail. Or she's just checking me out as I'm walking along the trail. That's pretty cool, huh? I mean, is that not a symbol of peace? Or is it me? Is that deer telling me to be calm? Or what? That's pretty awesome. Okay, this is what was behind past that trail that I had no idea. We passed a deer, and then up comes a baseball field. I mean, honestly, I think I'm freaking out for no reason. Okay, I'm coming upon this Hike 100 Challenge North Country Trail thing, and I feel like I can see that there's cobwebs on here, so I feel like no one has been in here for a while. So I already unlatched it, and then inside are these brochures, so that's pretty cool. But I like how they have this. This is a really nice little thing that they have here. I thought I'd be able to sign it, but I guess not. So here's just some information. I love it when they have this along the trail because I'm always reading it and seeing what's up. Okay, I am right here, and I am going up over here to 5 to Marshall. So I better stop recording so many videos because I am not going to, my phone is going to die before I ever get there. So I parked right here over at Victory Park, and I have made my way through town to right there to number 14 on the map. And then I will continue along the North Country Trail to Marshall. Does anyone ever have eggs while they're hiking? I don't know. I have these 2 eggs in my house. I'm trying to finish eating them. I brought them along with me on the North Country Trail. Usually don't hear of hikers eating eggs while they're on the North Country Trail, but I guess I am. So we continue on. We'll see how this settles. We'll see if it fits. We'll see if it's okay to eat eggs while hiking. It's so sad when I see something boarded up like that. I hope they have a planned use for that. I'm sure I could look it up and find out, but it just must be in such disarray that they need to board it up and then probably demolish it and hopefully turn it into something else. The sidewalk ends here, but not our hike. So we just keep going straight. On Eerie Street, you have to walk along the road, which is why I wear orange. And we'll just keep following the North Country Trail sign, which is right up there. And stay close to the side of the road, because these cars be going.
We have now entered Albion Township.
Now that it's summer and the crops are growing, I can tell what the farms are being used for, especially when it's corn, because I know what corn looks like. Corn! Which is easier on your legs? Comment below. Walking on the gravel at the edge of the road or walking on the road? Which one is easier on your feet and easier on your legs? Oh my gosh, corn as far as the eye can see. Wow, so much corn. I have walked through Albion Township and I'm coming up to Sheridan Township. Now that sounds like some great big feat, but actually it seems like it was just back around the corner there. So I really haven't gone that far. A zone community. Wonder if I'll be able to see what that means when I walk through here. We shall see. We are passing by another Centennial farm. I can't be the only one that thinks that is super cool. So Eerie Street turns into Division Street, and right about where that Centennial farm is that we passed just right back there, it's about 35 minutes until you need to turn right onto 25.5 Street. So honestly, I feel much more comfortable on an open road like this where cars are going to be driving by. I don't know why I feel much more comfortable on a road like this, but I do, than a trail in the woods. And so I'm happy to walk for a half an hour along this road before I turn right onto 25.5 Street. So we're just going to keep going here. I was marveling at the beauty of all these flowers, and then look, I come across this. A super old TV in the ditch. What the hell, man? Come on, I don't get it. Why in the world would you do that and destroy this beautiful country? Just stop. Honestly, just stop. Look what we are coming upon. Who's excited? I think some shooters were excited before, but who's excited about walking? This girl is excited. This girl right here, she's excited. Coming upon 25.5 mile road. Yay! Oh my gosh, is this the marker? When the blue paint mark, blue line is higher on the right hand side, that's where you turn. So if I hadn't have looked it up on a map, I probably wouldn't have remembered that. So I'm glad I actually know that, because this is where we need to go. And we're going on a dirt road, and I know I'm on the right path because on this big tree over here, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a blue North Country Trail marker on there. So I know I'm going in the right direction. So now we are on a dirt road. We'll see how this makes my legs feel in comparison to the paved road back there. This is 25.5-mile road. This is what it looks like to the west, which is my left. Farms on either side of me. This is what it looks like to my right. Farms everywhere. And I love seeing the growth that is happening at these farms. I have no idea what any of this is. Maybe someone can tell me. Comment below if you know what this is that's growing at this farm. But man, farmers in America, hello, you rock. Farmers in Michigan, you're the best. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on here. We had those recliners back there. We've got a little thing right here that looks like a shelter. And then I'm coming upon this, which looks like it was purposely stacked like that for someone to sleep under. So this is on 25.5-mile road. If you have a truck and muscles, you can come pick it up. Please do. If you're the type of person that would do that, stop. Don't do that. That's nasty. Once you come across the curve in the road, the river is on your right-hand side. So you meet up with the river again on 25.5-mile road. And man, look at it. It is just flowing so fast. And you can see how high it is on the riverbank there. Geez, we have had so much water. I feel for everyone in Michigan who has had water damage to their homes, to their cars. I had rain coming right through the roof of my house, and they put some stuff over it. They have yet to get to it to fix it because they have much bigger issues than the little teeny tiny hole in my roof. So, man, I feel for you. We just have lots of water. This river's amazing. Okay, once you walk along this river for a little bit off 25.5-mile road, you're gonna come up to this street, 2 arrows. You're gonna go west, obviously, because you need to go towards Marshall. We don't want to be going towards Detroit or Lansing because that is not the route that the North Country Trail takes you. So we're gonna be taking a left, and hopefully we will see a North Country Trail marker as we do so. There is no marker. I don't see a marker, but I know from the map, and I know my directions that I need to turn left. But I'm gonna sit here for a second and grab a little drink of water because I'm in this nice little spot here by the river, and I'm sitting on a rock. So I'm going to have a little drink of water before I continue. I am on B Drive North. This is a straight shot from Albion to Marshall. So this is the straight shot road. I am 5.5 miles in. This is probably going to be the longest hike that I've done, and I'm doing it by myself. So I looked it up on Google. I have another 7.5 miles to go, and it's basically me on this road with the children of the cornfields. Oh my gosh, I just realized the children of the cornfields are right by me. I'm all by myself out here. Okay, I gotta walk faster. I gotta get by this. You see that? You see that? I'm gonna have to keep you on camera for this whole time. here's what I was about to tell you when I turned this camera on is one of the things I love about traveling and flying is that when you're flying over America, it is absolutely so gorgeous because one, you get to fly through the clouds and you're above the clouds, and what you can see with the clouds is just beautiful. And when you rise up in an airplane above those clouds and the sun is above the clouds, you know, if it's a cloudy day, and you go up through the clouds in that airplane and that sun is like shoo, all the way across the clouds, it's so gorgeous. But the other thing is, and I love sitting in a window seat, the other thing is that you can see all of this beautiful country from the airplane, and you look down and America is so lush and green and beautiful, and you fly over the mountains and the mountains are just absolutely gorgeous. So when I'm hiking, one of the reasons I love hiking is that my feet are planted on the ground and I feel like I'm even a greater part of nature and what I see from up above on the airplane. And so I just love being part of this, even if I've got the children of the cornfield going on that side of me. I guess I'm all right. So we have probably about 7 more miles until we get to Stewart Landings Park in Marshall. And then I will be taking an Uber. Hopefully an Uber will pick me up, an Uber back to my car that I parked in Albion at that park. Now we are entering Marengo, I think that's how you say it. We are entering Marengo Township, a zoned community. The last community, Township, was a planned community, which I didn't see anything because I'm on the back road, so I couldn't tell how it was planned. So this is a zoned community. I'm on this back road, this same road, all the way to Marshall, so I'm pretty sure I won't be able to see how this is a zoned community, but look at this road. Look at this street. Look at the difference between the two townships. You can tell where one ends and another one starts. So I still have a long way to go. Does anybody know how many square miles are in each township? Does anyone know that? Comment below if you know. I'm going to give the answer later. This is such an exciting quiz. We just passed by some trees with little blue dots on them for signifying that we are on the North Country Trail. This is the first marker on a sign along this route, signifying that we are on the North Country Trail as we continue to make our way to Marshall. And I can't wait to get there because my legs are pretty much dying right now, honestly. Is there almost nothing more scary than coming up across a bunch of cars like this? I don't know.
This area actually super freaked me out. I called my husband and had him on the phone with me because there are a bunch of cars like this. And I couldn't see where anybody was. And I didn't know that at the time that this was the Kalamazoo River and people were probably fishing. So I was kind of freaked out about it.
I don't know what this is, but I just got off the phone with my husband telling him how badly I wanted to quit. And this looks like a great spot for me to, oh, it looks like a campground over there. It actually looks like a great spot for me to just veg for 2 hours and call an Uber. But I'm gonna keep going.
Turns out it's a huge church campground.
Basically, I feel like we're in a forest now. This gets me excited to get past Marshall, Battle Creek, and Kalamazoo, and up to some forests here in Michigan. This is pretty beautiful back here. Do you know what just happened? A biker just rode by me. He's like so far down now. He just rode by me and he said, "Hey, you doing all good?" And I said, "Yep, I'm doing just fine." Really, I wanted to say, I'm absolutely dying. Put me on the back of your bike and take me into Marshall because My thighs are burning, but I gotta do this, so I'm all good. I have about maybe over an hour to go, but I'm gonna make it, man. I don't care how many blisters I have in my feet when I'm done. I'm gonna make it, and hopefully my phone holds out because I gotta call an Uber at the end of this thing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think I have about 2.5 miles left, and I couldn't be happier. I am at 20 Mile Road, and this is a really long road to hike between Albion and Marshall in southern Michigan on the North Country Trail. I love this breeze. I love that the sun is behind the clouds. I love that it's below 70 degrees. I don't love that my battery is almost dead and I didn't bring an extra battery. And because I didn't stage cars, I need to call an Uber. So I am walking the fastest that I have ever walked to get to this park in Marshall so that I can call someone for an Uber. And so I am just booking it along this road and praying that my battery will last for 2 hours so that I can call an Uber. All right, let's keep going. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the sirens are going off. That means it is 1 o'clock. And that means I can hear Marshall's sirens. They're 1 o'clock, you know, they always do a test every Saturday at 1 o'clock. They do the siren test. So I know that's 1 o'clock, and I know I'm getting closer to Marshall. I really feel like I am at the home stretch here and just booking my way down this road. A couple more bikers passed me. There's a railroad track to my left, and I am looking forward to the end of this hike because this has been a grueling, long road to be on. Not a lot of excitement like a trail in the Manistee Forest would offer, or being in the UP would offer, or anything like that. So I haven't hiked for a couple months for a long stretch like this, and so I'm really looking forward to the end of this hike. Tell you what, I have never been so happy to see a sign. Well, maybe I have. As I am right now at this moment, seeing this Marshall city limit sign. I am so happy to see that and to see the trail marker, and soon I will be at my final destination at the park.
This is the Governor's Mansion Museum in Marshall where I got my lift ride. I stopped recording video because I was afraid my phone was going to die.
All right, I have been here before to this Sterling Books and Brew. For some reason, yeah, I'm super thirsty, but I couldn't wait to have a coffee because I didn't even have a coffee this morning because I knew it would make me have to use the restroom. So I couldn't wait to get done with my hike so that I could stop at this little spot right here in Albion and get a coffee. So I got a double dirty chai, and I bought this super cool book that I can't wait to read. So super glad I'm done with this hike. And there were a few mistakes that I made on this hike. 1, I didn't bring any pepper spray. 2, I didn't bring a knife. 3, I didn't bring enough water, so I was super thirsty. And other than that, I had it pretty well planned out, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing a 12-mile North Country Trail hike all by myself. Here's the thing, there was no one to motivate me except for myself. There was no one to push me to say, keep going, Deborah, except for myself. There was no one that I needed to keep up with and say, okay, I'm not going to lag behind because I need to keep up with that person. I did this by myself. I had to force self-motivation. I had to force myself to keep going. And if you haven't done a solo hike, I super encourage you to do a solo hike because you will push yourself in ways that you probably would have never thought that you could push yourself before. So this time I'm signing off, and I will see you next time on the North Country Trail.
I went on AllTrails and created a preview of the route that I did from Albion to Marshall on the North Country Trail, hoping in the future that some of this hike between these two cities will become off-road, but a lot of things will have to happen, including private-public partnerships. This was a 13.5-mile hike. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel as I bring you more hikes along the North Country Trail.